Cliff bomb to McDavid. McDavid driving in against Forbert. A bouncing puck comes right out in front, and it bounces in. Milan Lucic opens the scoring for the Oilers. It's a power play goal, and it's 1-0.
This goal all set up. What else? Because of the speed of Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid just decides, I'll do it myself. Grabs the puck, and now he's going to head in. Nice play, though, with Forbert with the stick. But Milan Lucic, the right guy on the spot, he tries to make a pass here. I think he's trying to go back to Connor McDavid, but gets the fortunate bounce. Good defensive play. It bounces, unfortunately, for the Kings off Forbert's stick, but fortunate for the Oilers off of Milan Lucic. This is a double bouncer that goes to luck of Milan.
Paul Ledoux. To the middle it goes for Dowd, over to Clifford. Fourth line out there for the Kings. An opportunity off the post. Who gets it back again, gains the line as the Kings want to make changes. He will send the puck deep. Right out in front. Talbot has to scramble to make a save. Another shot from Brodzinski goes wide. Bobbled it for just a second. And the Oilers take advantage of the turnover as Russell gets it to Eberle. Nugent Hopkins battling with Muzzin out in front. Nugent Hopkins scores. He wins that battle. And the Oilers have a 2-0 lead. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins' 17th goal of the year.
This is an interesting attack because Jordan Eberle does the smart thing. He's going to drive the net, and he and Nick Shore get tangled, and Nick Shore collides with Jonathan Quick. Then Quick's going to go behind the net, and there's going to be some disruption and confusion about what to do with the puck. And the Oilers, Jordan Eberle and Milan Lucic almost strike there on that little play, and then it's get the puck, re-attack, get traffic around the net. And Ryan Nugent-Hopkins really smart. He's in front. Look how he works into position. Now he's got position on Muzzin. Muzzin abandons him. Brown can't get to Hopkins in time, and boom, the Oilers are up 2-0.
Nugent-Hopkins back defensively against Toffoli, but a turnover. Kopitar, Toffoli, stopped by Talbot. As the net comes off the moorings, Cam Talbot down, makes the save, and he keeps this a 2-0 game here at Staples. Brown back the other way. Gets by Darnell Nurse. Brown can't get by Chris Russell. Brodzinski shot, tipped, scores. Nick Shore in front. And it's a 2-1 game. They are gathering the puck for Johnny Brodzinski. His first NHL goal.
Came close in the first period, rang it off the post. We're talking about close. Close. Right in front of Jonathan Quick. Zach Kassian gets knocked down by Paul Ledoux, and then the Kings take it the other way. That's the play right there as Dustin Brown keeps turning his feet and getting in. Good defensive play, but it just got ugly after that because you're a little scrambly because you lose your defenseman at the blue line. Darnell Nurse has to hustle up. You've got now two defensemen out of position. Bodies falling down.
Back up top for Jake Muzzin. Nick Dowd being watched by Letestu. Dowd, near side, Martinez steps into a shot. Talbot the save, the rebound for Caggiula. And a sharp angle shot goes wide. Benning without his stick. Gets it back again. An opportunity now for Brown, scores. Dustin Brown ties the game at 2.
You could take this all the way back in the neutral zone where the Oilers once again failed to get the puck past the offensive blue line, and then it's just the LA Kings continuing to be dogged on the puck. They're getting into position. They're moving and winning the battles to the open space out front. They're also getting the pucks. Get the pucks. Nice little pass there by Nick Shore to Brown. Brown snaps it. There's no chance for Cam Talbot. He's moving one way. He's following Brown. Goes back the other way.
Kings working hard to keep the puck in the zone. Here's a backhand stopped by Talbot. Rebound, score. Nick Dowd gives the Kings their first lead. And Drew, that goal had a hard hat on it.
Certainly did, Kevin. Hard work, heavy body and getting off the boards first and getting back into position. Just like the last goal. Big physical shift. Everybody's going to the body. Everybody's working. But watch how the Kings work off the boards first. Matt Benning gets beat off the boards. And bang, there's the goal. Nick Dowd takes the lead for the LA Kings. It was a good hard shift. Lots of good things happening for both teams. But Nick Dowd works the body position. Kyle Clifford and Nick Dowd team up.
Nurse, pass intercepted by Shore. Carrying on, Nugent-Hopkins splits the defense. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, a backhand beauty. And this game is tied at 3. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, his second straight goal.
Yeah.
What do you think happens?
6 goals, that's a week's worth for us when our team's detailed and the structure's there. And it was leaking tonight. There was some giveaways. We weren't just as sound as we normally are. Ended up in the back of our net, but 6 goals, you're not going to win any games giving up 6. So that's something better now, I guess, than a couple weeks from now, but it's a lesson we better learn real quick.
You win 9 out of 10. One of these games is due.
I hope not, especially not the way we lost. I think we can take losing when we're still, structurally sound. The execution's there. We're not giving goals where we felt like we gave away some grade A opportunities tonight and didn't really make them work for their offense. So I think accepting a stinker or a loss, it's not the time of the year for it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, they scored, and it was just, I didn't think it was our best. We gave them, too many easy grade A chances that they capitalized on. We left Talbot out to drive too much, and it's not how you win, especially in the playoffs. So that's not our game.
Your line had a good game. Very engaged, a lot of physical play from your line. That at least was a positive.
Yeah, I mean, you try and find positives when you lose, but yeah, we cycled the puck well. I thought we held on to it well, capitalized on a couple of chances, and like you said, physical on the forecheck. So hopefully our line can continue that.
Did you guys just get away from what was kind of working for you, and now you need to hit the reset button, kind of?
Yeah. I just, like I said, I thought we gave them too many grade A chances. They had a 2-0 at one point, a couple of slot chances, and like I said, I thought we left Talbot out to dry, and that's not how you win.
Yeah, I think kind of even from the get-go, we were up 2-0 in the first, but we still were giving up, we didn't give up a ton of chances, but they were all pretty good, high-quality chances. So I kind of started from there. We were a little bit too sloppy, and it just kind of led into the rest of the game. We know that these guys, they always have a big momentum shift at some point, so I don't know if we were prepared for that in the second period.
Is that a byproduct of maybe you guys have been rolling and thought maybe things are going to be easier than they will be?
Well, I don't know if that's I think teams kind of just go through. You play well, you have an off night, and tonight just kind of seemed like our off night. I don't think there was any, there's no guys that didn't want to try hard. Everybody's still, we know what time of the year it is, and everybody's still pushing, and we're obviously still fighting for a position here, so nobody's not trying. It's just a matter of sharpening it up and making sure that we bring consistent effort every night.
Anaheim goes 4 points ahead of you. Calgary can't catch you anymore. There's only a few games left. It's looking pretty much like it's you and San Jose in the first round, second, third, and you go in there tomorrow, 2 nights from now. What's the...
Yeah, well, yeah, if that's the case, then obviously it's going to be obviously a big game. It kind of sets us up for playoffs if that's who we see. So, we're going to need to clean it up, obviously, from tonight, but pretty confident in this group that that's going to happen.
nights, or were there some things from your end that just were not at all happy?
Well, I think anytime you give up 5 goals in a game, there's some things you're not very happy with. Thought we had some really, really good performances from some individuals and some quite poor ones. So the ones that were at the poor end have to look at their game and evaluate what went right and what didn't go right. At this time of the year, that little lull between playoffs and finishing up the regular season, you can't let your game dip. We've talked about that as a team, and there's not enough practice time, there's not enough games to get it back. So you go to sleep or you don't think it's important on a given night, good luck getting it back. And I thought we had a few of those players tonight.
Your second line was really good. A line you'll be counting on in the playoffs.
Yes, I thought they were tremendous. Thought Nuge had one of his better games of the season. Milan has been good for a long, long time. Ebbs competed in a heavy, hard game, which was very good for us. I thought that Letestu's line also had a pretty good night. So, we're going to need those types of players. There's others that are going to have to pick it up a little bit, but we know that, and we're counting on them to do it.
Was this be complacency, or was it? What do you think?
No, it's not complacency. It's this game didn't have a lot of emotion in it, and we played some really emotionally charged games over the last little bit, and perhaps that affected us a little bit. But details, and what were we, 2 for 16 in the face-off circle in the first period, like those types of situational battles. When we're engaged and we're going hard, we play better in those situations. So we've got to get better, and got a big one coming up in a couple nights.
Good.
It's another edition of Ask an Oiler presented by Sportsnet, and the Oiler we're going to ask questions of today is Drake Caggiula. How are you, Drake?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good. That might be the easiest question you get in this. When I think of your season here with the Edmonton Oilers, and I look back a year, you were in college, you were getting ready to go for an NCAA title. Now, 12 months later, you're after a Stanley Cup. What's the last year been like for you?
It's been a whirlwind season. It's had a lot of ups and downs, but it's been a dream come true. You always, as a young kid, you always want to be in the NHL and play in the NHL, and it's been a dream come true to finally be here, and now to have that opportunity to fight for a Stanley Cup. It's a dream come true for sure.
Well, lots of people have lots of questions. Let's start with Garth from Fort McMurray. He wants to know who was your favorite player in the NHL when you were growing up.
I was a big Steve Yzerman fan, and then Pavel Bure. So those two are kind of my favorite players growing up for sure.
Now, those are two very different types of players. What did you like about one, and what did you like about the other?
I like Pavel Bure because of his speed and his skill and the way he played the game. And Steve Yzerman was just, he's a captain. He did everything it took to win. He scored goals, he blocked shots, he took hits, he played injured a lot, and he's just a kind of guy that you kind of look up to because of that.
Samantha from North Battleford, Saskatchewan is wondering, and you've had so many great moments in your first year as an Edmonton Oiler, what stands out as your favorite?
That playing your first NHL game is obviously something you'll never forget. You wait your whole life for that opportunity to maybe happen, and finally for it to become a reality. It's a special thing, and then scoring my first NHL goal is always something I'm going to remember as well. So those two are definitely the two that stand out for sure.
Do you see replays of that goal? Do you just have it ingrained in your mind? You don't need to see a replay. Do you kind of walk yourself through that moment, that build-up, and then getting that first NHL goal?
Yeah, like people ask me how did you score your first goal, and you can remember that play without any hesitation. You know everything that happened. You can remember who was on the ice, where everyone was, and who you were playing against, and who was in net, and all that sort of stuff. So it's it's one of those things that's going to stick in your mind forever, and it's kind of fun to have that memory.
Becca from Chicago is wondering, as you work your way through the NHL cities, what is your favorite NHL city to visit?
Ooh, to visit. I was hurt at the start of the season, so I didn't get to go to a couple of cities like New York and stuff. But I've never been to California, so going to San Jose, LA, Anaheim, those have been fun, especially with the warm weather. And then I think Dallas was where I played my first game, so that definitely a fun spot for me. And you know, I had one of my best friends plays in Dallas as well, so it was kind of fun to see him there as well.
Well, Jonas from Finland understands that number 9 is retired by the Edmonton Oilers, so not available to be worn. You wear number 36. Is there any reasoning behind getting that number or choosing that number?
Being a rookie, that's what they gave me at development camp, and I just haven't changed it. I don't know if I ever will change it. It's kind of special to have that first NHL number, but it is something that they gave me right from the get-go, and they said it was kind of a prestigious number around here, so I was more than happy to keep it.
Gene from Edmonton, Drake has a question. I'm not sure if Peter Chiarelli called you on the cell phone, but I do know that you're aware of Drake and the hotline bling, and how did that all work into your show and your entertainment as part of the Oilers Skills Competition?
Well, I've had a few fans tweet at me throughout the season saying that I should have a Drake song play every time I score a goal, which hasn't been that often, but you know, the fans have kind of brought up that comparison, so I thought it would be a cool little thing to put together. And you know, I didn't have much time. They kind of told us the night before that, hey, you got to do something. And you know, I saw prior skills competitions where guys dressed up, and so I wanted to, you know, put on a bit of a show, and you know, that was the best I could come up with, and had a little fun with it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Are you a fan of Drake?
Yeah, I have a lot of his songs on my phone, and you know, he just released a new album, so I gotta get a couple more on there, and you know, hopefully you can get to a concert one day.
Michaela from Calgary is wondering, what age did you start playing hockey, and maybe why?
Well, my dad was a huge hockey fan, and he put me into it right away. And the first time I wore skates, I was probably about 2 years old, and skating on the pond with my dad. And I started playing you know, house league hockey when I was about 3 or 4 years old, and you know, I fell in love with it right away. And I was always playing in my backyard, playing in my basement, going on the ponds, and you know, playing as much as I possibly could.
This time of year, you're focused on hockey. There's no school to be concerned with. What's it like not having to juggle that compared to what you had to do with UND?
Yeah, it's definitely refreshing. Have a lot more free time on my hands, but with saying that, you find yourself kind of twiddling your thumbs a little bit at home, and I live on my own, so sometimes I'm just sitting at home by myself for countless hours, but you know, we've been pretty good at finding some activities to do, whether it's go-kart racing or going to the mall. And just the other day, a couple of us rookies went over to the West Ed, and we were riding the roller coasters, so just finding little things to do just to keep us busy.
Well, the NHL is a bit of a roller coaster ride, but right now you're on an up, and hopefully there's no down in the near future. Drake, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
That's Drake Caggiula as part of Ask an Oiler, presented by Sportsnet.